viewers, listeners, and watchers. And of course, if you happen to be here for the very first time, welcome. Before I go any further, my name is Rahul George, India's premier iHypnosis life healer coach and your personal guide. Even as the last couple of days have been building up, and of course the excitement has been building up over the last couple of days, I couldn't help but think about 1 year ago when we were rolling into our first ever community based retreat. One thinks of it as there's the workshop element, um, there's the event element, but of course it's a retreat. And last year it was putting together the pieces, and it was a morning to evening beautiful time together in the midst of nature. And here we are now, 1 year later, and it's beautiful also because this time the pace has been different, the scale has been very different. And so, as I was reflecting on how these last couple of days have all, and last couple of weeks, and last couple of months have all, come together now, I was just thinking about it and putting my thoughts together on maybe three ways to frame what what it feels like to be on the eve of this really beautiful moment. So the first thing that comes to mind is, let body and spirit lead. At this point in time, there are moments in the day, uh, and sometimes it's just the entire day, where the spirit has been really high, and the body has been in sync. And so there's been a lot of high energy conversations with people, and a lot of what we call, of course, when we create content or we're doing like marketing events, podcasts. There's so many different things that have been happening over the last couple of weeks. And so for me, I think if I had to draw inspiration from this and share with you what you can do as a healer, as a coach, or even a seeker for that matter, at this stage, wherever you may be on your journey, the first thing is, of course, to let your spirit and your body lead. Because a lot of times, some of it is possibly because of the education that we received. We tend to try and lead from the head. But one thing I have come to learn and recognize and accept over time is the more we let spirit and body lead, that really is when a lot of these pieces come together so beautifully. And the conversations, the people that I've met, the kind of ideas that we've shared, it's nothing short of a miracle, nothing short of experiencing and sharing that. Think about it, right? Like in the work that we do as healers and coaches, especially the kind of connections that we make, the kind of friendships that we build. Maybe even a couple of years ago, I bet you never would have imagined that you would be having and making these kind of connections. But here we are, and living this life. Just like I'm here at 11:49 at night in preparation mode, and at the same time in allowing mode, knowing that a lot of the work has been done, teams have come together. So the second thing, of course, I must say is that especially this year more than ever before, and compared to last year, I have made it a point to take micro breaks. And I was reading up on this, and really focusing on when we talk about the vagus nerve, and uh, a lot of there's a lot of wisdom in, even in when you're in a high pressure, typically in a high pressure situation, but learning to take micro breaks, that really does make a lot, in fact probably all the difference. Because there is always work to be done. There is that excitement, there is a lot of the you're like coordinating with different people, and so you don't know how things are going to go. But one of the One of the secrets that I have definitely unlocked is that, taking micro breaks through the day, between sessions, between meetings, a lot of that is what sustains the energy, and every every day feels like, it's a party, it's a holiday, and more importantly, there's a lot of deep work being done. And the third, of course, third thing to keep in mind, the first one is, of course, like I said, to let, body and your spirit lead. The second is, to take micro breaks. And lastly, of course, in all of this, for all of this to happen in a sustainable way, that is really when community is core. So, is core as in CORE, right? So, my point being that if you are willing to make community your core, and again, when I say make community your core, it is when you believe that community is core. So if you're able to do that, if you're willing to do that, and you allowing that to happen, that really, in essence, is when you'll start to tap into a lot of the miracles. And I've had some truly amazing people that have showed up, that have joined hands together to make this event, to make this retreat something uh, that is so sublime, so beautiful. And I'm saying all of this even before we actually get into it. So it's a lot to do with the arrangements. It's a lot to do with all that work that went into it over so many weeks, so many months. So I consider myself to be extremely fortunate that this is the work that I get to do every day, and build and create things for many people. So, having said all of this, of course, for you as a healer and coach, just a reminder that all of this is created keeping you in mind, and to be able to help you, to be able to tell you, to be able to remind you that something got you here, and as long as you keep showing up, you will experience the same and probably even more expansive miracles in your life. So, as always, these pods are made for you, especially pods like these. And I really look forward to hearing from you. And it goes without saying, if you are looking to be part of a community that really cares for you, that supports you, especially in this journey as a healer, as a coach, or even a seeker for that matter, come reach out. I mean, there is a link in the description, so come reach out, experience what happens. And if you really feel at home and you feel like this is a community that supports you, there are many programs that are available to you. So as always, truly appreciate you, and of course, come join, any of our programs, many of our programs, or all of our programs. Right? So as always, having said all of that, remember to live your purpose. God bless, and of course, I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye. Oh, before I go, the format will change a little bit over the next couple of days because we are going to be with our community members. So it'll be interesting to see how those pods, how those videos turn out. So even I'm looking forward to seeing how they unfold. So take care, and I will see you in the next one.